Radio FM Olùmọ́ni yeye Miss Radio FM làwa ò máa gbọ́ Miss Radio FM àwa ń gbádùn òye. Polówó ọjà ètò tó fa kíkì ìròyìn tó kún fọ́fọ́ kágbàṣà lárugẹ eré ìdárayá lákàrí Ìbàdàn làwà Olúyọ̀lé extension ayé ẹkùn òyọ Miss Radio FM ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ fáwọn ará ìlú rẹ̀. Miss Radio sẹ́sẹ́lẹ́sẹ́lẹ́ sí mi lára jọ. Miss Radio sẹ́sẹ́lẹ́sẹ́lẹ́ sí mi lára jọ. Miss Radio ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ fáwọn aráàlú. Miss Radio olówó ọjà kàdébù bá ẹ jẹ. Miss Radio ètò kí fọ́fọ́ la fi jù wọ́n lọ. Miss Radio eré ìdárayá tọ́tọ́ ṣàlàrúgẹ. Miss Radio ayé kún òyọ́ ni mákèkú oníbẹ̀. Miss Radio wọ́n bí dádì má yí kúrò níbẹ̀. Miss Radio ilé akari Olúyọ̀lé extension. Express Akala Road Ìbàdàn làwa wà. Sẹ́sẹ́lẹ́sẹ́lẹ́ sí mi lára jọ. Sẹ́sẹ́lẹ́sẹ́lẹ́ sí mi lára jọ.
Peace Radio ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ àráyè.
Nigerians, and happy new month. This is the month of February. And we're having on this day the maiden edition of the Highlight program. Highlight program is meant to shed lights on any topical issue in our country, and it is likely will feature professionals, academias, the youths, and politicians too, if possible. But today, this morning, we are having with me the Honorable Commissioner for Health in person of Dr. Bashir Victor Abiodun Bello. Dr. Bashir Abiodun Victor Bello is the present Commissioner for Health in Oyo State. He retired from the public service some years back, where he served in many capacities, and through his effort, he rose to the cadre of a permanent secretary before he retired. Dr. Bello is a seasoned gynecologist and has cut his niche for himself in the health sector. He happened to be one of the first medical doctors to be trained in preventing the rates in the prevalence of HIV/AIDS in Nigeria. BVA, as is popularly called, is a hard-working, dedicated, and tireless leader who led his subordinates by example. He is an easygoing person with lots of experience in the medical profession. Permit me to welcome on board Dr. BVA Bello. Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you all, fellow compatriots.
Yes. Dr. Bello, today, as we all know, the problem we are facing in Nigeria and the world at large is the issue of this epidemic. The epidemic has been, which started from China, is something everybody is afraid of. And nobody wants to be associated with such outbreak. And that is why the American president, Donald Trump, and his Australian counterpart decided to bar anybody coming to their country from China, or anybody who has been to China recently should not come to their country. Nigeria today, everything goes because we don't have adequate security for people coming in and out of our country. So what is your take on this, and how do you intend to help to enlighten the people, especially the people of your state that is close by, on how to prevent and the things they need to watch out for in order to prevent this epidemic into spreading in our states?
Well, thank you very much. What actually happened to have emanated in China thanks to God, it emanated in a country where they could easily, harness all major resources in public health. And that is why we are having the information. If it were to be somewhere else, the case could have gone worse even before it is notified. Coronavirus is a zoonotic disease. That is the type of viruses that come from animals to man. With the help of, that is the measures, both the Chinese government as well as the WHO is taking, we believe there will be a more immediate, response and arrest of the epidemic. Actually, we wouldn't call that epidemic because it is pandemic, because it has spread more or less right now by the latest invitation to about 20 more countries. Talk of Southeast Asia and some other things. You see, the rate of traveling. However, one point to note is that here in Nigeria, we have port health authorities that will stand to check anybody probably coming from that part of the region, not only from China, because all the Southeast Asian countries that have been involved will also have to be brought in check. However, the Nigerian government is quite well aware. The federal government has released some 700 million, to the Department of Health to combat the disease. Recently, we in Oyo State received our own batch of PPE. That is what we call personal protective equipment. That is the garment to wear, the suits to wear, for us to combat it. So, but actually, leaving that of the pandemic, that is the coronavirus, we still have our own viral infection here, which is the Lassa virus, which we are combating with.
I was coming to that.
Okay.
I was actually coming to that.
Thank you, yeah.
So, talking about Lassa fever, what efforts is the government also making on, the reduction and maybe to encourage people who notice any symptom to go to the hospital? Because, we Nigerians, we're not hospital goers.
We are not medical conscious, yeah. You are very correct. But one thing I want you to note is that at the onset of this government, in fact, before, the roadmap that the government has puts health as one of its 4 pillars. That is for the present governance. And we had always been on the forefront, that is taking the bulls by the horn. The government in its wisdom, apart from the renovations to the hospitals, re-equipping for the hospitals, that is on the curative side. But on this preventive side, immediately we know that the thing addressed in Edo, not minding the time it got to Ondo and some other things, we had organized a press conference. And I will always give thanks to my colleague here, that is Dr. Wasiu Olatubosun, as well as my colleague in the environment, the Right Honorable Kehinde Ayola. We had this interministerial meeting, combination, and we know that one of our first admonitions is health education, to make the people aware. We talked of first, a very good and clean environment. After that, we ensure that apart from environmental hygiene, there is this need for personal hygiene of individuals. So the personal hygiene of the individuals is paramount. And that is why, first of all, we want everybody to be quick in terms of hand washing. That is, after touching or finishing it in every place, they should make sure hands are washed, very, 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 very conscientiously. Secondly, we need to talk about the way our people keep their foods and food items, and this is because there is the need for our food items to be well kept at home, everything to be covered, because the problem comes basically from the droplets and the feces of these rats, Mastomydes natalensis. And the very brand of rat that carries it is known as the Arenoviridae. Our people cannot be identified that group of rats.
Exactly where I
So,
want to go.
but but the main issue in this case is that we should just make sure we live in a very clean environment, personal hygiene, clean environment, not only environment but within the household. Hand washing should be a very good character. Then for those of us who used to take this rat killing as delicacies, you know, because this is the season that the thing, you know, tend to rise up, usually during the drilling season when people are bush burning and killing of rats, mice, and some other things like that. So the government, you know, of Engineer Seyi Makinde had actually risen to the point, and we had prepared all our medical centers ready. As for what our people need to be looking at or looking after or watching out for, and that is, you know, these type of things have some symptoms in common with other types of fevers.
Okay.
But immediately somebody notices any form of high fever, that is pyrexia, the tendency to lose appetite, we call that anorexia too, and then a general weakness of the body, we please employ our people to go and access the medical center. As soon as the necessary tests are carried out and they know it's not any of the ordinary or common fevers that we are used to, then it has to be handled very well and then taken good care of. In that case, we ask the person to go to specialized centers, which the government in its wisdom has prepared. We have the isolation departments ready. We have similar ones both at Jericho and at the Ring Road State Hospital. We also have a similar thing at the Ladoke Akintola Teaching Hospital at Ogbomoso. So the government in its wisdom is well prepared, although our effort is more on the preventive side. Meanwhile, we have not had any confirmed case of the Lassa virus in Oyo State.
Okay, I want to find out from you, sir. Has there been any kind of enlightenment program which, you know, has been taken to the grassroots? You know, because most of this victim might come from that side. Because talking of bush burning, talking of rat eating and all sorts, it will always emanate from the
From the
rural
hinterland,
areas.
yes.
So, is there any effort to ensure that they are being oriented?
Yes, thank you very much. You say, as I have said, along with the Ministry of Information and you know, Youth Development and Tourism,
Okay.
Culture and Tourism, we held a press conference. With this press conference, we implore all our media to please ensure that this thing gets to the grassroots. Not only that, we had a meeting recently at the ministry because we have the emergency team, that is emergency response team for epidemics. Not only that, for all disasters. And this involves not only the officers in the ministry, it involves interministerial, both from the Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Information, Ministry of Environment, as well as port officials, you know. And this is to be able to get the message across to our people and to the grassroots. Not only that, with this week that we are starting off, we've taken some chances, you know, of making sure that the thing, not only, even we are talking of people in the hinterland, our people in the urban centers are at times so busy with the articles of trade that they hardly listen to radio or anything. They will say, one in Kewunio, and we will not respond. But the major thing here is that come this very week we are going into, you will see our nursing students, our students from different departments of the school, the College of Health Sciences and Technology. They will all be out in our, let's say, marketplaces, rural centers, major centers like motor parks, you know, wherein they will get the awareness And I think they will have the stickers along with them to be able to let the people know, you know, it is going to be an audiovisual type of enlightenment. So we will be out in very large numbers like that to convey to the people what are the best preventive measures to take. Because prevention, they say, is always better than cure.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. You, sir, as a WHO visitor scholar, I know you had series of experience in all kind of diseases and epidemic and endemics. With your own experience, sir,
Excuse me. Yeah.
how do you think Nigerians and the people of Oyo State can avoid taking self-medication and take all their problems to the professionals?
Thank you very much. It's a bit cultural. You ask us, in fact, this has been something that UNICEF itself has been battling with. Now, let me give you a small diversion. You know, when we are given this anti-polio vaccines,
Okay.
we have to be imploring women to come to save their children. At a certain point, the response was going low. Then they introduced the Polio Plus, wherein they just give a box of match, a matchbox, to a mother. It then goes into the family compound and asks them that, one month they are giving gifts along with the vaccination. You know, just for that simple 5 pence or 10 kobo match, it is then they responded. So the battle has been that we need to, you know, in medicine we don't advertise, and that is why we don't tell them this is this and that is that. And that goes to the issue of curative medicine. However, when we talk of preventive medicine, I would love to borrow a word from Dr. P.C. Monat. He is the Director of Center for Disease Control in Atlanta, Georgia. He said what we used to look at is that the curative doctors are short-sighted, because we as curative doctors sit down in the hospital. Whenever you come to us, we attend to you. But preventive doctors look at what is to happen, what should be done, what are the preventive measures. They are the group you see running about telling us, hey, boy, please come to save your life. These are the things to guard against illness. These are the things to guard against diseases. They are more far-sighted because they look at what is most likely to happen, what will be the consequences of anybody's lifestyle. And this is the major efforts of the public health aspect of the WHO. And you know, WHO just recently declared, I think Nigeria and Ghana as one of the weak health risks in the world. Well, it is because they know our people will not easily take to health, you know, even given the guarantee. As we have said, these are part of the observation of the present administration that made health, you know, a major pillar of its administration.
Yes, it is agreed that health is wealth. It is only when you are healthy that you'll be talking of, oh, the road is bad, there's no light, there's this, there's that.
That is correct. You're
so,
very correct.
Yes, on that note, sir, I want to find out from you this issue of OISA, the health insurance scheme project. Because I've been hearing series of things about it, but yet I'm not very clear about what OISA is all about.
Yeah, thank you very much. OISA is one of the designated factors of the state to take care of the life of all our citizenry. It is like the Yorubas, we call it adojutoro, but not only adojutoro, it's only when you incur losses, you know, that it cushions your effect and medical expenses. But it actually encourages you to access health at any point. You see, the fact that our people go to hospital and use the out-of-pocket expenses to pay for laboratory, for examinations, for drugs, and some other things. But what the government is trying to do and is trying to encourage people to buy into is to make sure that they are covered by this health insurance scheme. The hospital is there for the state. private hospitals are there for you to access depending on your will, you know. And you just pay 680, I think, per month to be able to access this. And overall, in a whole year, I think these things goes to about less than 8,000, 6,000 plus. You know, you can decide to pay twice. It is not something that is so difficult. But as soon as you have your card, you can not only access free medical something here in Ibadan or where you are. You will be able to access it anywhere throughout your state, you know, without having to pay. And you see, it is only with this, you know, as your armory, that one can easily, even at the slightest cough or headache, you can easily go to the hospital, not just buying paracetamol by the roadside and you know, waiting until the thing gets out of hand. You know, this is why the government is trying to.
Are you trying to say that the drugs in the hospitals is more assured than whatever anybody wants to buy in a pharmaceutical chemist?
Not more assured. We are not talking of the quality.
Okay.
The qualities are the same. That is, if you get it from a registered pharmacist who never, you know, by virtue of their charter and training, will never store any fake drug, the same quality is what you will get in the government hospitals.
Okay.
You know.
Yes. Talking about our hospitals too, because, you know, for somebody who wants to put down his money into a program like the health insurance scheme, there must be assurance that, okay, when I go to the hospital, I'm going to get the things I need. You know, I'll get the doctor on time. The nurses will attend to me properly. They will not insult me. They will not shout on me. And at the end of the day, after consulting the doctor and, you know, being told to go and buy drugs, the drugs will be readily available in the hospital. How much of that, you know, confidence can the people get?
Well, I can now assure and reassure you and confidently tell you that within our hospital setup now, there is a very considerable degree of attitudinal change. Okay. We repeat that, we emphasize on that, and we ensure that people are, you know, humanly handled within the hospital setup. That being that, we need to look at individual expectations. An average Nigerian will expect more luxuries in the hospital than one that can even comfortably get in their home. And we have this issue that Nigerians are hardly satisfied in any form. And some people have thought that since I'm going to the hospital, I have 15 minutes to use there. No. We have to consider the fact that when you get to the hospital, you will follow some procedures, wait for your turn, because there are so many people accessing this healthcare. And as soon as you're able to see the doctor, look into what he is going to prescribe. It is mere prescription, or the investigations. And by the investigations too, when you get to the laboratory, there might be another kill there. And all we are saying is that everything will be attended to within a very short and reasonable time. In fact, the very machines that we are having now, we are arranging in such a way that any sample obtained in some of the major centers will now be taken, you know, by special motorcycle to a center that can finish, you know, this is the era of technology. The machines we have at Ring Road State Hospital can finish about 2,500 investigations in just a few seconds. Okay. So that is one of the improvements. However, waiting for the time your sample will be taken there, and the thing will be electronically rolled to your center, you might just need the traveling time of the motorcycle rider from your center to the very investigation center. That is faster than the normal conventional, you know, methods of laboratory investigations.
Okay, that's very fine, sir. In my observation in recent time, I've noticed some sort of facelifting, some sort of improvement in some of the hospitals around. The primary health care in my area has been promoted to be secondary healthcare services now. It used to be healthcare center, but now it is an hospital.
Okay.
So are you saying with this my OSHA card, I can go to any of the hospitals around there? And
Not only around that, you can even go away from Ibadan.
Okay.
And you get the same attention either at Shaki, Ogbomoso, or Yo, Isenyi, or anywhere.
Okay.
You know, they are all enrolled in the program. You know.
So the upgrading, how do the government, want to sustain the upgrading of those tertiary the health?
The health institutions.
Yes.
See, as soon as with the OSHA and the Primary Healthcare Development Agency, we are taking specific health centers per ward in every local government and LCDA. The upgrading is systemic and is gradual, and you can be sure that within 1 year, most of these centers will have become so standardized. What we want to implore the public is this. I will remember just a little bit of diversion. Somebody called me somewhere sometimes and said, the health center at Irefi is already dilapidated. I said, okay. He said, in fact, they are urinating and defecating inside that health premises. I said, sorry, please, you who as the caller, from where are you calling? He said, from Akpete. I said, will you come from Akpete to come and defecate at Irefi? He said, oh, no. I said, it is those people the government has provided him for who should be guarding it jealously, that care less about it, to the extent that they turned it to a defecating ground, and then will expect the government to start all over again. You see, in Yoruba proverb, they say heaven helps those who help themselves. The moment the state has provided something for you, it is for you to, it is yours.
Okay.
You know, all our people are to guard whatever the government does for them in their areas, within their vicinities, within their local government areas, to guard them jealously and protect them, you know, and do not leave them to the hands of arsonists or any destroyers within the local government area.
But don't you think lack of orientation about how to guide government properties is one of the big problems we have around here?
It is. You are very correct and very succinct at that. The issue is that our people need to know that as citizens of the Republic, there are certain things they owe the state, while the state owes them some other things. The fact that an average citizen must be a responsible citizen. Okay. You look at your responsibility before pursuing your rights. Okay. You know, so we want all these things. The Ministry of Local Government is doing it. The Ministry of Information, particularly, are trying to. This is what we call citizens' awareness, and we hope with all the opportunities the present government is throwing out, our citizens will try and protect everything that the government provides within their local government area.
Okay. Let's take a break now to advertise some of our products.
Thank you very much.
Kògókògó la kògó ń dún dùgbẹ̀dùgbẹ̀ ní tàwọn akèǹgbè. Akèǹgbè tó lóun ó fọhùn kò lóhùn agogo tiwa lẹ́nu. Peace Radio ńlẹ̀ Ìbàdàn kò sẹ́lẹ̀lẹ̀. Èèyàn ayé ló di bá mi la fi ń sọ páyé di bá mi. Àjò sì dùn lọ o ṣùgbọ́n bá a bá rẹ́ni eré bá ràjò ni o. Ẹgbẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ràjò àbẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ lájò bó sì jẹ́ iṣẹ́ olóore hajj tàbí umrah. Mo rí ilé iṣẹ́ yìí o mo sì lè fọwọ́ ẹ̀ sọ̀yà. Manlad Travels and Tours Limited là ń pè rí àwọn ni wọ́n bá ní wáṣẹ́ lókè òkun láwọn ìlú bíi Dubai, South Africa, Kuwait àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Bákan náà bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ hajj tàbí umrah, Manlad Travels and Tours Limited ní ẹ tọ̀ lọ. Ọmọ aníbìnrin ò ní ṣìwàwù. Wọ́n ń ta tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fún ibikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ lọ lágbàáyé. Ẹgbẹ̀rún 5 náírà lówó fọ́ọ̀mù wọn. Ẹ̀rí àwọn tó ti bá wọn dòwò pọ̀ ń bẹ nílẹ̀ jàǹtìrẹrẹ. Number 5 Main Road Aduni Shopping Arcade Iriakari Estate Olúyọ̀lé Extension Ìbàdàn lọ́fíìsì wọn wà. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ni 0805 752 2230 tàbí 0809 961 0439. Manlad Travels and Tours Limited. Ààyè ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ fún ìrìn àjò.
Peace Radio, voice for all.
Welcome back. Láti bí ọgbọ̀n ìṣẹ́jú sẹ́yìn ni a ti ń bá kọmíṣánná fún ètò ìlera ní Ọ̀yọ́ State, Dókítà Bashir Victor Bello, sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àgbáyé lórí àìsàn ibà ọ̀rẹ̀rẹ̀ àti àwọn àìsàn míì náà tí ó ń tàn káàkiri. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ń ṣàlàyé fún wa nínú àwọn nǹkan oríṣiríṣi tó yẹ kí a máa ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ará ìlú. Ká ṣe ìmọ́tótó ilé wa, àdúgbò wa, agbègbè wa, gbogbo ibi tí à ń lò sí. Ká sì rí dájú pé ní gbogbo ìgbà ni à ń fọ ọwọ́ wa dáadáa, torí pé ó ṣeé ṣe kí àwọn kòkòrò àìfojúrí kó ti wà ara ọwọ́ wa níbi ìrìnkiri. So torí ìdí èyí wọ́n tún wá ń ṣe àwọn àlàyé fún wa nípa pé bí ìjọba ṣe ń ṣe agbátẹrù wípé kán máa ṣe ìpolongo fún àwọn ará ìlú lórí bí ó ṣe yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ìmọ́tótó, ó ṣe kí wọ́n tó bá dẹ̀ ti rí nǹkan kan tó jọ mọ́ àìsàn àbí àìlera lára wọn kí wọ́n lọ sí ọsibítù. Kì í ṣe pé kí wọ́n kàn jókòó sílé kán máa lo oògùn alákàpọ̀ àbí kán máa kàn jẹ nǹkan tó wù wọ́n láti sọ pé àwọn ń wá ìlera ní ọ̀rọ̀ ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ìdí nìyí tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n fi ń tún gbogbo àwọn ọsibítù kéréje tí wọ́n ń tún wọn ṣe, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń tún àwọn ńláńlá náà tí wọ́n ń tún wọn ṣe kí gbogbo nǹkan tí a nílò kó lè pè síbẹ̀, kí a lè máa rí wọn lò ní àsìkò, kí a lè máa rí wọn lò bó ṣe tọ́ àti bó ṣe yẹ, ká sì máa fi ṣe àǹfààní fún ara wa. Wọ́n tún wá gbà wá níyànjú pé ká má kàn lọ máa ka oògùn jẹ káàkiri, ká lọ síbi tó tọ́ láti gba oògùn tá a bá ti lọ, ká dẹ̀ má máa kánjú tá a bá ti lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn, nítorí pé kí ni àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ náà ó wù wọ́n láti dá gbogbo wa lóhùn lásìkò lójú ọjọ́, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo kíní ṣíṣẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé ni. Tá a bá wá lè ní sùúrù fún wọn, ká ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ ká ṣe bó ṣe yẹ ká ṣe, kò ní sí wàhálà àìlera nínú ara wa. Yes, Dr. Bashir.
Yes, sir.
Talking about the welfare of medical personnel, I'm not talking about the monetary welfare, because people, whenever you mention welfare, they think it's about money. It's not just about money, but orientation, training and retraining of doctors and other health workers generally.
Yeah.
How far is your administration going on this kind of thing?
Thank you very much. Even before now,
Yes, sir.
the government has sponsored some hospital heads, selected medical doctors to undergo some trainings, at UCH. Not only that, there had been the issue of, we have institutions
Yes, sir.
that even develop doctors for residency training, just like UCH. The Adeoyo Maternity Teaching Hospital is there for training in obstetrics and gynecology. We have the Jericho Specialist Hospital, which His Excellency in his wisdom has even given them the, I will say, executive order to move to a very new, large area to be able to enhance their accreditation. And that is for training in family medicine. Okay. And this is a very wider thing which we need. Apart from that, in other aspects of, because we don't train only on the upper strata, we have every effort being made. A lot of money was put into the accreditation of the School of Nursing. Okay. In fact, we are hoping that with the latest accreditation done, we might be given a higher figure to take in as students for nursing program and midwifery. On the other side, we have been given 4 new courses, well accredited and fully accredited by the NBAT's National Board of Technical and Vocational Education. As for the College of Health Sciences and Technology, both at Elele. So the government is not only focusing on the high-level manpower, we are also ensuring that we focus also on the middle-level manpower that will be required, for a good healthcare service delivery system. Okay. With the end result that the state will be able to provide a very good, qualitative, accessible and affordable healthcare delivery to the masses.
I observed that the rate of brain drain in Nigeria is a very big thing. And, you know, recently I was at one of the hospitals in Ibadan, and I noticed just 1 or 2 doctors attending to over 400 patients. And according to the WHO, I think it is 1 doctor to 4 patients in a day. But Nigerian system, trust me, I can't beat it. So I wanted to explain why we have such and what efforts you're making to ensure that, you know, we get a lasting solution to it.
Well, you see, with the present state of our economy, the issue of brain drain, I don't think cannot actually be addressed right now. There was those years there were when $1 used to be 60 kobo.
Okay.
This same dollar now still remain 1, and we now purchase it at about almost 350 or so naira now.
Okay.
You see, it's an unfortunate case. So when you want to give a doctor well paid here, and he knows he could get a better, you know, remuneration somewhere else, this is one of the things that is responsible for the brain drain. We take all efforts to produce them, train them very hard to very international standards, and you see, by the local remuneration, in fact, when somebody who has taken 13 or 14 years in the medical schools now comes out to see that what is earning is a fraction of what somebody in the House of Rep or all these type of things could be discouraging. It has a socio-political factor which we cannot readily address. But by and large, those like some of us who still have the issue of you know, commitment to the citizenry will remain at home to offer the best we could.
Thank you very much, sir. Before we finish the program, I'd like to speak in Hausa to talk to our viewers and listeners so that they will understand what we've been talking about. Mutanen gida an gaishe ku ina kwana ina gajiya Allah ya maimaita mana. Wannan ranar muna magana ne da Dr. Bashir Bello, shine commissioner na health a Oyo State. Kuma ya zo ne ya bayyana mana abubuwan da ke faruwa a duniya, a kasan China, a America da wayansu kasashe inda mutane suke samun wani sickness haka ana kiransa coronavirus. Coronavirus din nan yana kashe mutane. A halin yanzu ya kashe mutane kusa da 300 a kasan China. Kuma duk da haka akwai mutane da yake kamar 12,000 da suke da sickness din da abun rashin lafiyar nan ya dame su har abun ya kawo mu kira wanda ya san abun da za a yi akan wannan abun. Da muka yi mishi magana sai Dr. Bashir ya mana bayani cewa kowa ya ta yi tsafta a gida ne, a ofis ne, ko ina inda kake a ringa yin tsafta. Da tsafta din nan shine za a gane kuma a san yadda za a yi. Kuma ya ce duk wanda ya gane wani abun yana damun jikinsa gara ya je asibiti. Akwai asibiti ko ina a Oyo State, kuma in ka je ba wani kudi da yawa za ka biya ba. Dole ne a nemi abin da yake damunka, kuma an gane abin da yake damunka a baka maganin da za ka sha. In ka sha maganin kuma inda wani abu sai ka dawo ka yi musu bayani. Shi yasa gwamnatin Oyo yake jaran asibitinsu duk ina inda ka je a Oyo State za ka ga cewa ana jaran asibitin. Kuma ban da jaran nan an mai da shi inda yake mutane suna samun magungunan da za su siya a cikin asibitin. Kuma yanzu a halin yanzu Dr. Bashir Bello ya ga mana cewa mutanen nan duk abin da suke so ana samu, amma inda yake yanzu cewa likitanmu da masu aikin asibiti suna gudu zuwa kasan waje, wai abin ba laifin kowa ba ne, don abin da suke samu a wajen ne yasa wayansu sun fi so su je kasan waje. To yanzu za mu tattauna ne mu ba da abin shiryawa Dr. Bashir Bello. Now, Gordon. Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes. No? So, sir, on a final note, as a commissioner for health and somebody who has seen and conquered a lot, you've worked with so many people. What are the challenges you think you have as a commissioner in Oyo State today?
The challenges actually cannot be directed to, it is more of attitudinal change within the hospital setup.
Okay.
We thank God, as I've mentioned earlier, the administration of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, had established health as one of the major pillars of the administration. And in that case, we are getting the appropriate attention and response from the state authorities. The very major challenge is now ours. The attitudinal change of hospital staff workers, the attitudinal change of local government staff workers, particularly in health, the attitudinal change of all those that are concerned in healthcare delivery system. And by and large, all the community. Because if the community gives them the very appropriate attention, support, you will see that not just that, it remains this to be done. Why can't you do it this way? We are appealing to our colleagues in the hospital system, the doctors, nurses, all social workers, X-ray attendants, laboratory services, radiography, physiotherapy, to please, I'm using this medium, to ensure that we are more accommodating. We are more accommodating. This is an administration that is not making anyone suffer in any form whatsoever. That is giving attention to it, and to whom much is given, much is expected. So please, while the government is doing all the best it could, we hope and pray that we all forget the bitterness of the past, the uncertainties of the past, and please work cooperatively, to ensure that we deliver the best of our professional acumen to the society we have, sworn to serve. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bashir Bello. It's been nice being with you since morning. Peace Radio is on Instagram. You can check us on Peace Radio 001, on our YouTube, Peace Radio Nigeria, NG, sorry. On our Facebook, Peace Radio. And our Twitter is Peace Radio 001. You can reach us on 070-5054-1648 or 070-1134-0430. Again, it's been nice talking with Dr. Bashir Victor Abiodun Bello. We're going to end this program today, and we'll be coming back next week for another program on highlights. I appeal to our listeners to continue to listen to us, and I'm sure you'll have learned one thing or the other from Dr. Bashir today. And whatever it is you have learned, please put it to utility so that it will be beneficial for you and for everybody around you.
Thank you.
And on behalf of myself and the crew, I say thank you very much. I want to sincerely thank the press officer in person of Mrs. Aminat Busari and other people that came with our dear commissioner. I want to sincerely say thank you for you. I remain Kudrat Akim Akpampa. God bless Nigeria, God bless Oyo State, and God bless Peace Radio.
Thank you very much. God bless every one of us.
Amen,
My
sir.
dear compatriots, let us keep along. Thank you.
Hello.
I love Peace Radio. I love Peace Radio.
wọ́n ní lẹ́gùn rọ́ tàbí ṣùgbọ́n lè kejì rẹ̀. ìròyìn tí ọ̀lẹ́jà ń bá kàn ní. ó dá mi lójú Peace Radio lẹ́ ó ti gbọ́. wọ́n ní wọ́n